Hey you guys, Josh Vision. I'm here to give you a quick little review of BoJack Horseman Season 4, Episode 7. So this episode was essentially about fracking, alcohol, Mr. Woodchuck's broken hands, and Mr. Peanut Butter's ineptitude, and Princess Carolyn's brilliance, all mixed into one. So essentially, this episode is all about Mr. Peanut Butter's having this little fundraiser, this little party, essentially to help with his campaign against Mr. Woodchuck. BoJack calls Diane because at this point, I believe it's been a year and a half since they actually seen each other. I believe BoJack's been in LA for at least 6 months and had to say a word to her. So he calls her. She's rightfully pissed, hangs up the phone. So BoJack decides to go to meet Mr. Peanut Butter's house. He was unaware of the fact that there was a little party going on. So everyone's there. You got up-and-coming stars. You got regular Joes. And for one particular character, I believe at one point, there's basically the house just goes completely down to the underground, literally. And you got everyone rightfully freaking out. One character is saying, every time something moves, I get a little orgasm. One character is saying that, she can't die now. She hasn't even become famous yet. And you have Diane shouting out, I hate everything and regret everything in my life. So after that, we have Diane basically trying to go in the room, and she sees, oh God, she sees BoJack basically with a crap load of alcohol, and they basically drink. And I think basically everyone was on the ground for around 8 to 10 days. At one point, Mr. Woodchuck comes and tries to save them, but Mr. Peanut Butter basically has everyone do this roar of hip hip hooray like around 4 times. And the big hole that Woodchuck was able to dig through to get there in the first place collapsed. And before he could try to get back into it, like all the gravel and crap basically broke his hands. So after that, we basically have Jessica Biel at this point have this huge obsession with setting people on fire. And her reason says, hey, it's to keep us warm. But basically, at this point, Mr. Peanut Butter, it shows he's not a very good leader. He's trying to keep everything all positive, whatever. At one point, Mr. Woodchuck was telling everybody that, hey, we need to ration the food. So that way we can survive, we don't run out. But Mr. Peanut Butter's manager, his ex-wife, says, hey, he thinks he's the leader. You're the leader. You're supposed to be the governor of California, huh? Not him. We're supposed to be him. You got to show him who's boss. And by her basically pushing him to do it, everyone ran out of food. Everyone. And basically, Mr. Peanut Butter is almost set, basically almost sacrificed, almost set on fire, like Zach Black, something like that. The actor that basically played JD on Scrubs, he was set on fire. While this is all happening, Princess Carolyn and Todd are basically captured by the Ant Queen and her female basically warriors. And they find out she's a manager, and they basically use Princess Caroline to basically negotiate a deal which they could sleep with the male warriors of the queen, basically like once a week, something along them lines. And I think the queen basically, she finds out that Mr. Peanut Butter's house is basically right on the ground with them, and she doesn't want to deal with that. So her little entourage are able to successfully push Mr. Peanut Butter's house back, to where it was normally. Another thing that should be noted was that the reason why Mr. Peanut Butter's house went down in the first place, the other ground, was due to fracking, which was another fact that Diane was pissed about. And was saying, told you fracking was bad. Before I end this review, one thing that should be noted, another major thing that happened in this episode was that we find out from Diane that there's something called mutual consent when it comes to adoption. That's the way they could find basically BoJack's daughter's mother. So that was an interesting note. Overall, I thought the episode was great. Lots and lots of funny. But you should expect this from the show because that's just how great it is. And that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Like this video if you can. Subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it so I can make more videos like this. And this is Josh Vision. Adios.